Head east for 1/4 of a mile, then follow signs for do not enter.
Go.
Rerouting. Make a U-turn. Your destination is behind you. Rerouting. In 500 feet. Your destination will be on in 300 feet. Your destination in 250 feet. Rerouting. Outing. Your destination will be in 50 feet. You will arrive at your destination.
it appears Schmuel Buckman is having some internet issues. So I'm over here now. Until he comes back. Let's take a look at your comments. Hey, what happened? What happened? I'm over here now. Guys. What do you think of Dave Sarah? Anyway. My Wi-Fi. Okay, I don't really know what Schmuel was going to talk about here, but I know my audio is low now. I know. Hold on. Let's fixie. I want to licky my dicky. Let's lick my dick. No, probably not. No. Main stereo. Let's see here. Let's try this. It's probably going to help a little bit, but now you're just going to hear all my mouth noises, so oh well. Yeah, Jay, don't worry, Jay. I don't know if does JMO have the link? I'll send JMO the link and we can cover that shit. Last time we tried to invite JMO, he was unable to enter the studio. So hopefully he's able to enter the studio now. I don't know. Okay. JMO's turning all his shit on right now. There you go, Schmuel. All righty. Chat. I have a funny Andy Dick story. Andy Dick, I saw Andy Dick maybe 15 years ago at the Roosevelt Hotel in downtown in Hollywood. And he got kicked out of the Roosevelt for grabbing my friend's dick, grabbing his cock. So that was pretty fun. That was pretty damn fun.
I heard he wanted to grab yours, but it was too big to get his hands around.
Wow. Maybe that's what you heard.
So, everybody good? Can you hear me? And all
apparently I'm very low. Apparently, as usual. So I don't know.
No, you sound good to me.
Yeah.
But not that that means anything.
Okay.
Because apparently I'm fucked up as per normal.
Yeah, you're drunk and coked out, just like always.
Oh, I wish. Cigarette Jones says you sound good, and I sound good.
All right, good.
And did you see the intro?
It was like some spooky ghost party type music.
Brandon Deaf made it for me today, and it was great.
What are we referring to here, Dr. Chow? Who struck Brennan? I don't know what you're referring to. If you're talking about yesterday's incident with the live being gone, we went over it yesterday, and I was correct. He just took down all of his live shows. That's why the live thing was gone. Bit of a sound disparity between the two. I'm probably very low, so I'm just gonna have to figure it out in a second here.
You know what? Let me reload, or one of us reload Evmux, EVMUX.
Why? It's not that. My mic is always, it's just been low lately. I don't know.
Okay. All right, I sound fantastic. Our friend Mr. JMO is going to join us tonight, and like I said, the latest breakout star in the Dabbleverse. So we'll have him on here in a little bit. Dave and I were rushing a little bit. Well, I was. There was what we like to call a train delay. And I got home late. So we had to rush this shit together. But we're here for you now. Enjoy it, and I'm sure people will
let me know if
won't complain.
Let me know if this is any better, if it's any louder. Or if it's any louder or the same, let me know.
You're crapping in and out though.
Well, that's because I hit the mute button. Am I still good now? Like, am I crapping it out now? No, right?
No, you
Audio
sound
issues,
okay to
folks.
me, but I don't know how the rest of the planet views you. And
Okay.
thank you for bringing
Okay. Thanks.
a glass full of ice with you, because you know that makes me crazy.
Oh well, you know what you get when you ask me to come on.
Man, I was stuck someplace once, and I had to uh, watch something with a guy who was speaking, and he had a glass like iced tea with him or whatever, and ah, it made me insane. And uh, Dave, can you take care of our special guest? Um, and I'm going to run through some of the chat. I want to say hello to people. Johnny Chopsticks is here. Harry Dunn. Uh, I
I took
saw.
care of the guest.
Cool. You're the best. JMO, welcome. Give us a minute. We're just getting our shit together.
That's
Um,
me all the time. You guys are doing great. Uncle Buck, great to see you.
cool. You are way loud, my friend.
Who, me?
Uh, yes.
Oh,
All right. I got it. I got it. I did it on. I fixed it on this end. We're all good. And I did I had a timer go on early just to fuck with my friend Eckel, who keeps breaking my balls. And let's just see, I saw a funny chat here a little earlier, but I can't seem to find it now, which is no big deal. Oh, there we go. Jimmy I. Schmuel, go into Dave's chat and invite all 20 viewers over. Um,
that's rude.
I saw you on that show the little mirror thing that happened the other night,
Yes, Mir Musk. Yes. Yeah. The other
which I
night.
thought was pretty funny, and I wrote a bunch of notes, and they
I
are
held you. I held you down.
on
I
the other
held you
side of the
down.
room. You did a good job. You did a good job. You don't get caught up in too much of the bullshit. And I thought it was funny that how what's his name, David, was so defensive about you sticking up for him, or
Yeah.
or sticking, not sticking it up for him, but sticking it to him, which you weren't doing. You were just trying to like present an alternative opinion. Um, but he didn't pull it off. All right,
Yeah.
so let's stop with the bullshit and let me start with the questions. So this is J Mo, who's got wacky glasses on and the C behind him. And
Yeah.
J
There you go.
Mo, we I don't know how many people have seen you on shows, but here's the big question. Everybody knows your name because a couple of guys have been putting you all over Twitter,
Yeah.
everything else. You made your Clowntown debut last night. And so, who are you and how'd you get here?
On accident. I mean, I made a video. It got the attention of stupid Aaron M. Holt, and he reacted to it because he was afraid to bring up Melton. And this was right as the HRO stuff kind of popped out. So actually, I think it was you that said that he was trying to basically present a case for having an HRO against people by saying I was a psychopath. Or anyway, he chose my video to go after, which then caused Kevin to react to it, which caused a lot of people to react to
Yeah,
it, both positive and negative.
well, there's always going to be negative. The positives are rare
Yes.
in this universe, um, but they do happen occasionally, um,
Yeah.
as I can attest to. Um, I thought it was very funny. Yeah, I did watch the Melton clip, and not Melton. I'm sorry, I'm all fucked up here. We'll settle down in a couple of minutes.
You're good, buddy.
Usually, generally, the first half hour of any show that I do is a complete clusterfuck. But I
Same.
thought about working on it, but then I'm like, well, I think that's what makes it fun. In any event, uh, so you did a Kevin Brennan blocked you
Hmm.
video from your car. It was a few minutes long, right?
Yeah.
And Aaron decided, oh, here's my perfect opportunity to describe what a stalker is and how crazy people are and how they're coming after me. But he's not allowed to say Melton's name.
Right.
Um, so he used your video, which probably did not really, you didn't come off much as a stalker, as he would like. It
Yeah.
was pretty good. It was actually just funny, and he lost his fucking mind, as Aaron likes to do.
Yeah.
And the more he tried to imply that you were some crazy stalker, the more people thought he was ridiculous. And it wasn't going to convince anybody that the Melton HRO and the Ricada HRO are bullshit.
Yeah.
Um, so the next thing I know, I'm getting tons of tweets and in the chat, JMO, JMO, JMO Inc., JMO Inc. You have to have JMO on. And
Hmm.
we did try to get you on Saturday, but we had EvMux issues. And so I was hoping to have you on before Clowntown, but you got to do,
It
got
just
to
so
take the good with
happened.
the bad.
It just so happened actually. But the same thing kind of happened with Clowntown because Sunday morning I woke up and they were like, "Come on!" I didn't realize they were still on, and so I was like, "Okay." And then by the time I got in here, got my stuff turned on, they were already they were already out of there. So I was like, "All right, next time." And so they
Uh,
hit me up again last night. So
yeah, I had been invited on a while ago, and I just was like, I don't know. I didn't think it was me. I didn't think we'd have fun doing it. Like, I don't know. They intimidated me, as I would say, and it's really actually a fun show. But if I have it correct, um, Cigarette Jones sent me. Sent Cigarette, who
mm,
is modding the chat as he does and does a great job.
very
Sent
good job.
me. I sent him the thing, what time we were going on, and then who was the guest, and he said to do the clown, take a look, ask you about Clown Town, and then I said, "Do you have a timestamp?" And he said, "You came on at like an hour and 47 minutes." And if I looked at that correctly, they went on for like 11 hours.
Yeah, they were still on when I woke up to go to work this morning. I was like, well, they're still on. That's crazy. But yeah, no, they went on for several. I think they were on 2 hours. Oh yeah, it was like an hour and 47 minutes, and then I was in their chat, and they were like, "Well, come on, we'll send you the link." And so I was like, at first I was like, "Oh man, it's kind of late," and I was like, "All right, well, I'll go on there for a little bit." So I think I was on there for like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then yeah, they went on an additional 10 hours. I went to sleep and woke up, and they were still on.
Yeah, I got to listen to it. You were doing good, but and but also one of my other favorites, Mr. Panhandler,
Yeah.
was on there as well. He'll be joining us later this evening, and we may have a another surprise guest. Um, and so, have you pretty much been doing like regularly? Have you been doing the Mir Musk stuff, or are you doing other shows? I know you want to start your own or do your own. Have you been doing that?
I'm working towards it. I mean, I'm more or less at this point just trying to build any type of fan base I can, and we'll kind of go from there. I'm not trying to like push it. I know people were getting tired of hearing about me for about 2 weeks. It was a rough ride for some folks, but hey, it is what it is. It's the internet, so
Johnny A says the clowns are a machine, and they certainly are. Um,
yeah, yeah. I can't do that. 12 hours is not happening over here.
well, part of the thing with them is they have a crew that can replace and move on, and the
Hmm.
rotate,
Yeah,
and you can kind of go on. It's like you're bringing in the replacements. You got a deep bench. You can go on for a long time. And I know with me, if I go on too long, I my show starts embarrassing and then it will end embarrassing because I'll run out of energy and try to say something and it'll be really stupid. Um, so as we go here. So, what was your impression of Clowntown? Like, did they ask you anything? They don't seem to embarrass people. I know you did say you would box someone, um,
Oh
but
yeah.
what was
Well,
your
yeah.
overall impression?
No, but they're good guys, man. It was I kind of started it with them to begin with because somebody had asked me to. I can't remember. It was somebody was like, "You should go on Clown Town," and I was like, "Man, I listened to that show and it was rough. I couldn't do it. It was just so many people talking at once." And Polo responded to that, and that definitely set off a bit of some strife, some strife. But the fence is mended. Me and the boys are good now. But yeah, it was a good time. I think it was a good time.
Cool. I'm gonna grab my notes, Dave. You'll watch for a second.
Yes. Hi, JMO. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good,
Hey,
buddy.
hey. How's JMO month going? You doing all right? You getting some clout?
Oh, it's so far so good.
Are we getting supertip.gg/JMO soon? What's going on?
No, no, no,
No, why not?
no. I don't have that kind of fan base, buddy.
That's true. That's true. Well, we got Schmuel on it, and Schmuel don't make $2 an episode, so I think you'll be
That's true.
fine.
I would eventually, yeah, but I just don't. I don't think I'm worth the investment at this.
So
point.
JMO, so let me ask you this, JMO. So what's your opinion on Clearwater Chad?
Clearwater Chad.
Yeah, give me your opinion on him.
I think it's a work.
It is. And so you think he's a big fat phony, huh?
I don't think he's a big fat phony, but I think he's definitely doing a work.
Yeah. So grifting, right? Grifter, correct? Yeah.
He's up to something. He's up to something. Yeah, he's up.
Yeah, he's up to something.
And I am back.
Yes.
So that's it. Who's grifting who and who's up to something?
Clearwater Chad, that stupid fucking fat fuck, is up to something. And here's I've got one thing to say to Chad Zumach, which is stay the fuck away from Clearwater Chad. Obviously, Cardiff and Tukey got something in his ear. Now, I hate Chad Zumach, but I'm not going to let this fat fuck go and grift anyone else in the fucking Dabbleverse anymore. You have my fucking word.
He's
And
definitely
why do
up
you?
to something. He's up to something for sure. I definitely agree because he's been asked by Kevin twice, like, "Oh, didn't you get on a show?" Kevin knows I was on Chad Zumach's show with him, and Clearwater Chad knows I was on that show with him. But it's just, I guess, it's part of his shtick to go, "I don't remember that guy."
Yeah. Clearwater Chad doesn't know who Tupac is, but he knows Biggie lyrics. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, it's an oddball.
I ain't falling for
behavior.
your shit anymore, stupid.
I just can't imagine having like a character that you have to keep up with like that. I'm too lazy. I can't. It's too much. You know.
See, I like Clearwater Chad. I think he's a unique character. But then
Yeah,
I'm always backing the wrong horse.
Wait till he puts you on blast and asks the fans, "Oh, what do you think about Schmuel Buckman? Oh, what do you think about Schmuel Buckman, Kevin Brandon? What do you think? Go fuck
That's
yourself."
true. He did kind of come for you today, wasn't it? On that live, he started it up with you, didn't he?
Who did he go after? He went after Dave, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He did. He did. He singled out Dave for sure. I will say.
Yeah, he got all pissy because I called him out of his fucking grift on last night's show with Fred Stoller, and he didn't like that because he's trying to grift Fred Stoller. So what does he do? He goes, "Oh, what do we think about Dave Sarah? Let's ask the MLC audience what we think about Dave Sarah." Look, it's a mixed fucking bag. We get it. Some of them hate me, some of them like me, but like this motherfucker's been here for 5 minutes. And he wants to fucking come at me like I've done nothing for this community. Go fuck yourself. You're on a show with Tukey and Cardiff, and you don't even know that I'm the one who took the video for them on their show.
All right.
So, the audacity.
You're not gatekeeping here, are you, Dave?
Maybe I am, Schmuel. Maybe I'm fucking gatekeeping.
Couldn't be. How could he
Maybe
be
I am.
gatekeeping? How could he be gatekeeping when Clearwater Chad's been on Kevin Brendan's show like 4 or 5 times now? Like, I
His
don't
audience,
see-
he has 4 times the subscribers than I, 6 times the subscribers I have. There's no gatekeeping. If anything, he's gatekeeping me.
Ah, got it. Yeah. Yeah, look, he got lucky, right? Like if you get into but he has been around a long time. In our universe, it's only been for a little while. Um, but he was heavily involved in like the anti-Scientology stuff.
Yeah, and they drove him off when they found out he was grifting, right?
What's the grift
Right.
though? Explain the grift to me.
Let me explain something to you. I'll explain the grift that he did recently with Fred Stoller. The idea was to get Fred Stoller's watch hours up. And so how do we do that? Well, let's simulcast. I'll do a show on my channel and you do on your show on your channel. So of course nobody was on Fred Stoller's channel, but he got $60 to give to Cody. And so that's okay. But Chad made $60. So that's a grift because the point of it was to funnel people to Fred's channel, and that didn't happen. There were 12 people watching Fred's show, and there were 70 people watching Chad's show. Who got the watch hours?
I get it, Chad.
Okay,
but
good.
that is a Chad thing though.
Yeah, we understand what simulcasting is. It's been around on Twitch for 10 years. We get it. That's not the point of what the point of the stream was. The reason he brought Clearwater, Fred Solar asked me if he should have Clearwater Chat on. I'll send you the fucking DMs. I said, Clearwater Chat's great. He'll bring people to your channel. That'll be an awesome thing to do. I didn't know they were going to simulcast it. No. Come do Fred Solar's show without doing a show for yourself. Fuck the $120 you made in super chats, you grifter. I'm sure Borgo will pay you, but let Fred get all the funneling. Let him get all the audience that would have come and watched you otherwise. Then you could tweet it out. I'm going to be on Fred Solar's show. Come, here's the link. No, that's not what you did. You went live on your own channel, and Fred went live on his own channel, and Fred didn't know what the fuck he was doing anyway. He had no help, and so I thought, oh, well, let me help this guy since Clearwater Chad just wants to take money from him.
Yeah.
So, or wants to use him to make money. I call that grifting.
I didn't know about your original comment to Fred to have Clearwater Chad on.
Yeah, he messaged me. He's asking me about what should I do about this Clearwater Chad? He's messaging me. He wants to come on the show. But I'm like, yeah, Clearwater Chad's great. He's got a rather large audience. He's popular. People like him. No longer. I'm stepping out of the Fred game. All right, let Clearwater Chad deal with Fred Stoller. If Fred wants me back, he'll reach out to me like he has been. Okay, Clearwater Chad, you has been. You never was. Go fuck yourself.
That's right. I stand. You know what? I just decided it, Schmuel, and I'm going to put this on your show exclusive. I stand with Dave.
Yeah, that's I like an angry Dave.
Yeah, I was fucking heated. I mean, to him to come on MLC and then ask the audience what they think about me so that he can have an opinion on me. He's asking the audience what they think so that he could be in the majority of the audience. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. He was trying to paint a picture before it was done drying, you know?
That's funny, man, because I heard Mir shitting on you the other day too, Dave.
I don't give a fuck.
Not Mir. Chow. Oh, I can do what Dave does twice as fast and better.
Fine. I don't even care. Let them talk shit. Chow doesn't go on MLC and put me on blast with the fans.
Right.
That's unacceptable. Unacceptable. And I haven't really done anything for Chow. You know, he and I we talk on Twitter. Okay, we don't have any other engagement otherwise. But Clearwater Chad, I supported his campaign to go on Fred's show to get Fred more hours as a favor to Fred because I'm helping Fred with his shit. And Clearwater Chad thinks he's gonna put me on blast. And I'm telling you, like, I'm relentless. I'm fucking retarded. I will bury you.
Did you notice that that's like the first time that he's actually kind of come out of his character when he was explaining? That was something that I thought was interesting, is that was the first time he's come out of character when he explained that he was pissed off about what you did.
Yeah, because I'm endangering his grift. Because I'm endangering his whatever manipulation he's trying to do with Fred now. First he's trying to manipulate Chad, which is so easy, but now he wants to manipulate. Fred Stoller, and maybe you'll get some runoff from him. He doesn't even know who Fred Stoller was. His fake brother had to explain it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even our friend Ashley Cummings. Oh, so Mo, must have been when I was getting my book. Mo noticed his schemes. He'd streamed with Mo, and twice he pretended he didn't know who Mo was. Seriously?
Yeah, like that's what happened. So like, you know what's funny is I actually stood. It's funny Dave mentioned what he did because I actually on my first time on Chad's show I bitched at Chad for how he was treating Clearwater Chad and told him to do the fucking show. And then a week later, he did the fucking show. And then after he did the show, this guy goes, "Oh, I don't know that guy. That's weird." Okay, because I was like, I literally just I yelled at Chad for you, buddy. Like that's crazy that you would say I don't know who you are, but that's fine, I guess.
Oh man, that's wild. I had on Saturday nights we do the Saturday night stream, which is where we just talk bullshit, right? I call it my Clown Town preview show,
Hmm.
and I had Clearwater chat on that, and got some pretty interesting. I went beyond the character. I was asking him how he came into this and all that, and because I had originally, and I think most people did, thought the Clearwater Chad was a take on Chad Zumach, right? Because Zumach's from Tampa, Clearwater's right there, blah blah blah, and it's not. It turns out that Chad was big in the Scientology uh, anti-Scientology, I guess, universe, and the Clearwater relates to that. So that's where we came from. But I also noticed he was using the Frank Amadeo name. He was attorney Frank Amadeo, and Frank Amadeo is a guy who's been in jail for a really long time because he literally tried to take over the world. Uh, so maybe there's something to it. Um,
He's not dumb. He's not dumb. You can tell because you can always tell when somebody is pretending to be dumb versus somebody's actually dumb. He's not as dumb as he's pretending to be, but he's for sure like,
all right. Well, am I pretending or am I really dumb?
no, you and I are definitely just regular dumb.
Okay.
It's easy to tell though because most of the time you're going to be like, you know what? I'm sorry, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know what I'm doing.
No, yeah, no, I'm kidding.
But
I, I
but if
get
I
it.
were to ask, if I asked you, hey, do you know who Bill Clinton is? And you went, I don't know, I never heard of him. I don't tell you're a fucking liar. You lied just now. Like I know how old I am. I know how old you are. And there's certain names that it doesn't matter. They're all going to be right
I,
there. You know.
I know. I was just busting your balls. But
I had
yeah,
to take these goofball glasses off. I couldn't do it.
early on, I didn't think. I, th- I thought Chad was much more aware than
Mm,
other people thought. And then we find out, right, that he owns a two family and he rents out apartments and uh, all that stuff. Um, so you never know with people how much
yeah.
is a gimmick and an act and how much of it is real uh, until they stream for a while. I happen to like Clearwater Chat. I'm not really involved in this current situation. Um, but the guys that are fake and faking it, unless they're totally committed to it, they can't keep it up.
Yeah, there's no way. That's it's daunting. Like he's got to slide that same fucking Hawaiian shirt on every day. That's insanity. I
Yeah.
can't do that. I cannot. I can't pop a wig on or something. Like that's insane. Like I cannot live like that. Because
I
eventually, I know myself. Eventually, I'll just be like, guys, this is dumb. I'm gonna take this off, just like I did with these glasses that I cannot wear.
right. And I will say though that some people are committed to it. Do you know
Yeah.
David Collins at all?
Mm-mm.
He does the David Collins 30-minute half hour show. He's a pretty funny guy, but he wears glasses and a like a big mustache, and he's always it's always the same thing, and it's like it's part of his act and it's part of what he does, and he can pull it off. And some other people do stuff um, just because they don't want to get doxxed or whatever, but when you see people trying it, they wear a wig one week, then the next week they're not wearing it. Like it's like they're constantly like, "Oh, gee, if I just do this character, then people will flock to my channel," you
Right.
know? And it never happens. And uh I can hear you and I'm going to talk to you, but I have to walk around my computer because apparently I didn't plug it in and I just got a warning that my battery's going to die. And
Go for it.
this is me. I picked doing Tuesdays and Thursdays because I thought it would work with my work schedule,
Yeah.
and it has. But um, even for an old man, lately I've been much busier, much busier than normal. So I'm a little bit surprised. I lost somebody who worked for me for a long time,
They
and
died?
nah, she quit. Well, she didn't quit. She
No.
left involuntarily, but as far as we're all concerned, she quit. Um, but she's gone, and I've had to fill in,
Hmm.
and most of what the people that I've been getting have been wanting remote, wanting too much money, um, all the things that I don't want. So,
Yeah. Well,
there,
yeah. Been
there we
there.
go. There we go with that. Yeah, you know how it is. Ashley Cummings. Hi, Schmuel. Hi, Ashley. We'll gonna chit chat a little bit about you in a few minutes, but we're also going to I don't know if JMO will still be here, but we'll send you a link at some point. You and Mr. Panhandler. We had a little love connection the other night. I had those two guys on. They uh Mir Mir Musk, whatever the fuck it's called. Those guys ended watching the show, the stream that they were watching with Ashley and Lemmy before Panhandler came on, and
Oh,
that was kind of the best part. And it's a lot like when you'll watch a show or you'll be on a show and you'll like remember the best part, and nobody's clipping it, nobody's doing it, or they are clipping it, but not the part that you thought was good. And then you realize, oh, it was at the very end of a 2 hour show. They had just given up.
yeah.
And that was probably about the most embarrassing show that I've done since I've been on. So, you know,
It
but I
started
did.
off a little funky. I think there was an overall mood about it, and I think that you sensed it right off the bat, which kind of caused the entire thing to kind of have a wonky like an hour.
Well, I'm going to tell you the truth right after I like this sucker. By the way, I don't plan on um, my wife is at the beach house, and I'm up in the city at the condo, and she won't be back for 2 weeks. So God, if there is one, better sure as shit get the smell of cigar smoke out of here before then, or
You got to
um,
get you one of those fans.
I'll never get laid again. No,
Yeah,
you need. I
get
got
one
to
of
get
those
the.
fans, the exhaust fans or whatever they are.
I have one running, but the problem is
Yeah,
you can't really run it when you're streaming because it makes way too much noise.
that's true. Yeah.
Um, and the thing that works the best is the ozone generator, but they're super expensive. So I am Lady KB. First of all, I just chatted Lady KB before we came on here. Um, the funniest thing about the stream the other night to me, I watched the entire Mir Musk takedown of Schmuel tonight. I hadn't really seen it. Uh, what we saw when we were on here, and I wasn't really paying a lot of attention,
Yeah.
was Skarika, or as Lady KB likes to refer to him, the cousin of Rocky Dennis. Um, he was trying to go after her for her looks and shit, you know? But
Yeah.
he's got to do the brag thing, right? He's like, "You guys want to see my girlfriend?" And it took him like 20 minutes to find the picture
Oh,
of his girlfriend.
we got another stealth chaos on our hands, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of AI pictures of girlfriends. Great.
He looks
Well,
like Joe DeRosa. I can't unsee it. When you see it like Joe DeRosa were to put a wig on with like,
Shoulderless.
you know, that's all I'm saying. I mean, once you see it, you won't unsee it. I tell you that much.
Yeah, I get it with the I got the Rocky Dennis connection with the hair, and like KB said it, and now I can't. Every time I look at it, I can't unsee it. It's
Right.
like Aaron Imholt with me with the kid that tried to assassinate Trump. I just see the same kid. The the Aaron picture and that guy, the two of them together. I had it up a while ago. I'll try to figure out. I might put it up later, but I don't want to check everything. Um, Schmuel always protects Chow. Stick around, Johnny Chopsticks. Stick around.
Let me
Um,
know if my volume is better now. I mean, I'm trying to fuck with the settings. I don't know why it's so low.
yeah, you are crackling a little bit, but but you're okay. I mean, we're fine with you. Um, we read that one already. Oh, look at Oscar Electric. CWC is a dickwad. Um, I like Clearwater Chat. I don't know anything about this other stuff that's going on, so until I investigate, I'm reserving an opinion on him. So JMO, so you come into the universe. I see you. I've seen you. The stream we did together
Yeah.
with Musk and whatnot, and then we did. Then I saw you on the one from the other night where they went after me, and I've got to say you managed to maintain your integrity during these things. You know, Skarika, and I'm going to pick on him for a bit. Uh, the reason why you went after him, I don't know if going after him is necessarily the best way to describe it, was because of the shit that he was saying about Melton.
Well,
But it wasn't.
he it was actually him. They When I came on originally, he was on there. I didn't know. I think they said ATP, but it didn't even register to me that that was addicted to profits. I barely remembered the guy, to be honest with you. I remember the clips that came out because I came in shortly after that whole thing imploded, right?
Hmm.
And so I remember seeing the clip, and I remember him and Melton and the magnets and all that. Whatever, right? I remember him coming unglued about it. I remember that, but it wasn't on my mind, right? So when I showed up and I saw him, I was like, oh shit, that is the guy. And so I didn't say anything. They asked me who I liked and who I didn't like. And they were trying to get me to say Melton. And I said, I don't have a problem with Melton. Melton's good. And he, right off the bat, he come unglued, and it kind of escalated from there. But I never went after him. It was him mostly just being upset at Melton through me. He was never really upset at me if you go back and watch it. He was mad at Melton and using me as a vessel to yell at, I guess.
And well, he was, yeah, but and the stuff that he was going after Melton was ridiculous
Retarded,
and
yes.
very retarded, and
You know,
a lot of accusations that you shouldn't, that don't deserve airing. So it was, and basically what you were doing was you weren't even really going after him as much as you were trying to say, let's be realistic. Think about it. Do you really want to say this stuff? I thought, and he just was like just piling on and piling on, and there were things that he was saying. He lives in his wife's basement, kind of stuff, and then it got really fucking creepy where he's like, he knows about his taxes, right?
yes, he
Like,
hasn't stopped about that. Yeah,
his
it's so weird.
taxes. And then I
Yeah,
don't remember if it was you who told me or somebody told me that he was like he wanted to send them Milton's tax information.
he actively does want to send, but I'm like, I don't. Well, I couldn't care less. Listen. If Milton never paid a penny in taxes, I would. Why would I care about the IRS? And I promise you, I know I've dealt with the IRS before, and they catch every penny that falls. They are not missing one.
Right.
So if you have paperwork that says he didn't pay his taxes, that means they know about it and it's handled. So I don't know what else you.
Yeah, because basically what would happen would be um, they would file a federal tax lien, and then that would become that right would become public information. But you'd kind of have to be a bit of a scumbag to try to look that up. And then,
But even then, it's like it's what do, but what his mind doesn't understand is like it doesn't matter what this guy did. Like it's not my boyfriend. It's not my hero. It's not. This is just a guy that does an internet show. I find him
right,
entertaining, but it's not like what if he used to rob houses? Like who cares? Like I don't. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about. What does that have to do with his show? What does that have to do with Aaron? What does it do with your magnets? I don't know. But the tax stuff, I couldn't care less about because it's just irrelevant. Like it doesn't make a difference. Thus, it's
right.
not going to sway me one way or another. But I think he believes in his brain, like if I just see this paperwork, then
I thought,
I'll be swayed one way or another.
yeah, I thought it was a bit creepy then, and then today when I was listening to the show from the other night, I heard him want to say that Kevin Brennan always paid his taxes. He was a good guy, and you said, "Well, I don't know anything about this," and his response was, "He would send you the information," and I'm like, "This fucking guy, he's obsessed. Like you any kind of insult or anything prompts this guy to like do a background investigation on you. And we're talking about somebody who is not registered as a financial advisor anywhere on the planet that anybody can find.
Right.
And his advisement newsletter that he sells to people hasn't been updated in 6 months. So,
Well,
come on.
he's a nice enough guy. You can tell he's a nice guy. And even in this, he's like, I like you. And I'm like, I don't have a. But his issue is that he just can't get over what Melton said about him. And it's like so minuscule. If you could just get him to understand, like, it, it's meaningless. Like, nobody cares. Nobody takes anything anybody hears seriously. Like, it's not. I could tell everybody your house is shit. What do I know?
Right.
What do I know? Like, who cares? At the end of the day, we're gonna go to sleep, and wake up, and not care about your house being shit because I said so. It doesn't matter, But he's got it in his brain that this guy took him down a peg or whatever it is, and I wish I could help him see because really, he's expending so much energy on this one thing, and I bet you he's got a lot of other stuff to offer that he's missing out on because he's so frustrated about this one item. But
Yeah, but it's not it's not just this one item. He's definitely like I just I have a feeling he doesn't get a lot of respect, and and so he's very sensitive when someone attacks him, even on minor things, particularly as it relates to money. That's the thing, because that's what I've noticed about him is that when these he can handle a lot of stuff, but he can't handle anybody questioning his financial numbers.
yeah,
And
or what he knows, or how much he has, or that kind of stuff. Yeah, you can tell it's a tender spot on him for sure.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
agree. I don't think when he went from being somebody who comments to being somebody that was in the limelight, I don't think he was mentally prepared for that. And when it took place, I think he had a vision of how it would go, and it didn't go that way. And when it didn't go that way, it caused a bigger issue. Because really, I think a lot of people don't like Melton, but usually it's the people he's teased, and it's usually just people who just can't handle teasing. You're gonna get teased around here. It's just how it works. Like if you put your face on camera and you talk into it, you're gonna get teased here. That's how it goes. And you got to be able to handle that. I don't think he necessarily naturally went into it with that goal, but kind of. But I don't know the genesis of him getting into it, so I don't want to speak on that. But I feel like that's probably not wasn't his original thing. Was like I'm going to be a guy on this thing, and he got hammered right out the gate.
well, I think what happened was he bought his way in, right? He was sending KB shit tons of money,
Yeah,
and that was his entry into this. And And then Melton came on. KB was treating him with kid gloves, and Melton came on, and Melton wasn't buying it. Melton, that's what he does. He's a comedian. He goes after people.
Yeah.
And David got very sensitive, and then disappeared, and later on reappeared with Chow and Musk. And that gets, that's where I found him, was when I went back onto the. I saw they were doing a football show one night, and it was. I felt really bad for everybody because Skarica wouldn't shut the fuck up. And these guys are like trying to make a point, and he fucking wouldn't let them. So anyway, I, 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 I could go on about Skarica all night long, but I think I'll pass on that. So somebody says up here, uh, wrong as usual. He was internet famous before MLC. Chow. Um, I'd never heard of him, so he couldn't be that famous, and nobody else ever heard of him. So
I wouldn't have guessed it, but I did. I had seen that Barstool thing because I actually had peripherally followed Wonton Don during that pandemic stuff. Because he was going like right before all that, he was actually putting on like a little blog, a little video blog of all like the cool travel places he was going. And in the midst of that is when that happened. So it went from like, I'm in China to I'm in the Bahamas because he had to get out of China. That's where he was when the pandemic hit. That guy
right.
that from Barstool. So but I wouldn't have get. I didn't know anything about David Skarica, and I wouldn't have guessed it was him in that thing, But yeah, he was on that before the MLC thing.
That's right. And I was introduced to the wonton clips
Yeah,
when Skarica came to our side of the universe, and then we saw them, and that's what Mike Melton was joking around about, is he's talking about having so much money, and he was driving like an old car, and um,
yeah,
the fridge magnets and stuff like that. You know, very. I thought it was good-natured ribbing.
yeah. Not everybody's built for it, and that's the problem. Is like anybody who thinks they're the best is not built for being teased. If you think you're the best at like I can do this the best, you're not ready for what's coming. Like it's just you have reality hasn't set in for you. Somebody hasn't broken you yet, but it's coming, honey.
Oh
You know.
yeah, uh, these guys. These guys are definitely, everybody's coming for you sooner or later.
I took a
Um,
lot of heat, like I said in the beginning, just because of that. Because of the simple fact that I didn't denounce Melton and nobody likes onions publicly. I took a beating. But I'm like, why? Like you call a guy a pedophile, but over jokes for one, and for two, it's like you don't call people that unless there's some actual evidence. Like you got to have some real evidence that that's what they're doing because that's a career-ending. You know,
yeah. Well,
it's a tough joke, but whatever.
I've spent the last year and a half or 2 years defending Ray DeVito, so
Yeah, that's a
I
tough
I
one.
know I know all about it, and so it was pretty funny. And yeah, uh, I laughed. A lot of stuff I laugh at. One of the things was um, these guys talking about me and money, because oh, you're a grifter or whatever, and the super tip thing. But literally, it was an hour and a half, I think, into the show before we mentioned it. Um, and as I remember, I know Chow's been trolling since he was in short pants, but he and Musk wanted, when they were trying to make it, they were paying everybody to do interviews. Like they paid, I think it was Levy got $500. They were just paying for interviews, and it was generating zero heat. So uh, they stopped it. And then I thought, when I saw them, my first thought was, oh, maybe ATP is the funder of those, but I don't think so now. And that's it. Dave, what are you thinking?
I'm fucking buying my tickets for fucking AC right now, and I'm gonna fuck up Clearwater Chat on August 25th. You better cancel those fucking flights you and your fucking brother bought, because I'm coming for you, you fat fuck. Consider that a threat. Cancel the flights now. Consider it a threat.
Okay, you do know that AC is the place where everybody goes to settle beefs, right?
That's right. That's right. And he don't got the cardio to run far enough. I'm
Yeah.
coming for you, faggot.
Well, we now know how to which button of Dave's you push. Um, but this reaction is amazing. I had no idea this was going on.
Well, I
I
knew
thought
he
Dave
was
was going to
beat
come on
up.
and just tell me what an asshole I am for the night. We were going to yell at each other because that's usually what we do. Go
Oh
ahead,
yeah.
Jay. I'm sorry.
No, no, you're fine. I could tell when I got in here. At first, I was like, "Is he hot at me? Like, what did I do?" And I'm sitting here thinking back. I probably said something. I did probably say something. He's like, "Yeah. So what do you think about this, huh?" I'm like, "Okay. What did I?" So I'm like, "Did I say something? Maybe I said something crazy." But no, he was mad at Clearwater Chad, and rightfully so. Fuck him.
Thank you, Soup Party for $3. Did you
Thank you,
see
thank you, thank
Joey
you, thank you.
C's posts on Gab? Nasty stuff. Um, do you understand how old I am? I barely know what Gab is. But no, I didn't see them. Um, but nothing Joey C does would surprise me.
What the hell is
He's
Gab? I never heard of that.
what's Gab, David?
It's Gab is like the original Twitter alternative when everybody started really getting like it was around before what was that Jewish one that they made that Kanye wanted to buy, like when everybody was getting, anyway, it was before that even.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Was it?
yeah.
Yeah, Gab was like the right wing alternative.
No, Gab. It was no left wing or right wing. It just became sort of right wing because everybody on the right side got banned off of Twitter. They all went to Gab or Parlor. What was the other one?
Parlor. That's the one that I remember popping up. Everybody was trying to go over to Parlor, and then Trump came out with his truth, and then it turned into everybody trying to go to that one. And I'm like, I'm just gonna stay put. I don't want to move. You know.
Chris Mack, Donnie D did like 3 or 4 videos from the Bahamas, right? I think ATP was in the one. I think yeah, that's where I think he came from. Crumb, I think, was telling me about that.
Yeah.
That he was watching those. So Cigarette Jones, defending Ray is a thankless task. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. It's like talk about it. You just eventually you get DeVito'd um, because it can become really frustrating. But I still stick up for him. But
And
I
go to
think I'm the last.
devito.com if you want merch.
Yeah, Dave sells his merch on devito.com. DEVITOD.
devitod.com. Thank you.
Mint Diggity. Right, weren't you sore about Mira's show? No, I wasn't sore. I was kind of embarrassed for them, but we'll go through it. I just want to go through the characters and that. Um, Yeah, Schmuel lasted 45 seconds on MLC. Actually, it was 45 seconds, but twice because he threw me off uh, pretty quickly when I came on, and then he threw me off again a
Yeah,
second time.
but people don't know that you were on the highest paid MLC show ever, which was the one in AEC. You were on the show there.
Oh, I was
So
on that.
yeah.
Yeah, I was on that
So
one too.
that's
I w
something.
right, and I was not thrown off that one. Um, and that's the one that Cookie was on. Well, she wasn't on, but she was in the room. Um, no, my wife and I don't swing, and I I I'm not a swinger, and but Cookie was abducted by T.O. Hank and taken up to the Kevin Brennan streaming room, and I got a text from Cookie said with a picture of Kevin saying, "Guess where I am?" And there was Kevin and everybody else, and I was like, "I'm not allowed up there," and I wasn't. And then Stevie Lou sent me uh, a chat, and I went up and defended Ray. So there we go. Chris Mack. He's in one of the main series. He did like a separate hour interview. Okay, I guess we're going back to Skarika. Yeah, that was one of my prouder moments was getting bounced from MLC. Um, because I don't really give a fuck about other people's money, and Kevin was annoying me for it, and he was annoying whatever he was being annoying, and but my favorite part of that was Karmic was going hard in the paint about me before I came on. And then when I came on, he didn't say shit. And then Kevin threw him in a back room.
Yeah, he wants
So
to. Karmic wants to fight me apparently, which is hilarious, by the way.
yeah, I
Well, don't fight women. It's not a good look.
I was laughing because I got a free membership to Carmen's channel the other day, and I
I'm
was
not
like,
subscribed, so
I've
You
been
you
banned.
lost money then. You
I've
lost money
been I've
basically.
been banned. I was banned from the chat forever, and he banned me on Twitter and shit. And I was like in the chat the other night, and I said I'm not going to say anything to anybody. I just was like, can anybody see me? And people responded. So apparently, I'm back in the chat. I don't know. Can you ban members?
I think his mods are. Well, I'll tell you this. I was in there saying some horrendous shit the other night because he came at me. All I was trying to do is be nice to this little fairy faggot, and he was very disrespectful and rude. I'm like, all right, so I guess we don't need to be nice anymore because I feel like everybody was kind of putting kid gloves on for him. You know,
Dr. Chow says Levy got paid $0 wrong again. Did you pay people to come on and do interviews, or did you not, Dr. Chow? Answer that question.
probably paid C-Mac.
and you know what?
Ah, we
I think Kevin. I think I super chatted this to Kevin back a while back because I could have sworn that Kevin fronted. I remember this on an episode of MLC. Him saying this that he fronted a Levy money for the first month and then started paying him for the next month. Like, so he was paying him. So instead of getting paid the month out, you know what I mean? Like you get paid a month later, but he was paying him in today's month. And then when he left, he was already in it. He was already ahead 1 month. So that's why he didn't pay him. So that's the way I understood it. But Levy thinks he has an extra month, and Kevin thinks he has one less month. So somewhere there's a discrepancy.
Kevin just doesn't want to. I mean, even if Levy's right, Kevin is not going to pay him, and the second
Anymore, it's
somebody
all
goes,
gone now.
well, yeah, that, but the second somebody says like, well, Kevin, you owe me this, he ain't paying it anymore. I don't know. You don't need a degree to figure this out about him. It's pretty easy to sort. He don't care. He doesn't care about you or how what you bring to it. If you piss him off, you're out. That's it.
yeah, I I don't know. I was always under the impression, and I still am, that Kevin owes Levy money, but it's not my fight to have. But I do know that Kevin has told people he was going to pay him, and then after the show, he makes them wait forever to get paid, or doesn't pay them, or says, I'm not going to pay you because you did another free show, shit like that. But Kevin's a big dog and people want to be on his show, so they'll put up with it, whatever the abuse is. Uh, I don't understand it, but it is what people do. Uh, Schmuel lies too. Dr. Chow says, you just make up random stuff. No, because I knew if I said that, I would get the information that I wanted to hear. Uh, he paid a few people, definitely not Bob. So there we go. That's what I thought you would guys have been paying people, and there we go.
There's a lot of people that pay people for interviews, especially higher, because you're kind of leeching off of whatever they got. You know what I mean? When you bring them on, so you
Right.
know
Well,
what I mean.
that's it. Right. That's a different story, though. That's like with Levy, where
Yeah.
Kevin paid him for a month. I mean, it's like I would imagine I could see myself saying Levy's a person that you want on, and he's an established comedian. So I could see I'll pay you X number of dollars this month, and then if it works out, I'll give you a percentage of what we get. You know, like I don't think
Me,
you get Bob Levy free for a month.
the only people that seem to have an issue is the people who use Kevin Brennan as their sole income, and that's retarded work to do to yourself. Like you cannot do that. And it seems to be like people who are like, I need this for my rent. Like, we need this. I need this sorted out. It's like maybe you don't need to be on the internet doing shows if you can't get your rent. Like, it's get it together because like you don't understand. There's a value to being on that show for sure. No matter how shitty it's gotten, there's a value of getting those eyes on you or whatever the case may be. But I mean, if you're struggling to pay your rent, you're not going to turn it around by one appearance on that show. You know what I mean? It's just not.
No,
That's not
no.
how that works.
And and you're
And if
not
you
like,
burn him for $500 on your first appearance, and he didn't make at least quadruple that, you can fucking forget it. He is not giving it to you, and he's certainly not having you on again.
and when he pulls in big people, like Dave says he has backers, he said that I think Borgo put up most of the money for Stuttering John. Um, but yeah, and getting paid, some people are worth it, right? Like if you could get a big name or something, I could see doing it. Um, but if you're asking for money and you're trying to build a channel or whatever, first of all, nobody's going to pay you, or if they do, nobody else is going to want to have you around because most people aren't going to pay you. The thing is, you go on to try to build an audience, and then you can bring that audience with you.
And
Um,
I think people they get distracted by the fact that he makes these super chats and all that, but it's like 30% is coming off after that net, and then on top of that, he's got to wait an entire calendar month to get that money. You know what I mean? In some cases, it takes a long time for all that to process through. And last time I checked, Kevin Brennan ain't got shit else going on.
right,
You go
and
ahead,
he
he's
may
got
not need
nothing
to.
else. He probably doesn't, but you can't just assume that this man's going to give you $500 because he got it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like it's silly. Like, you could tell he's a cheap guy to begin with. Like, and I am too. I think anybody over 35, if you're not cheap, you're out of your depth at this point. You know?
Well, most people also know that this is not a money. It's not a money-making operation. This YouTube thing, right? You got to have a real job. You do it for fun. If you make a few bucks, that's great. Or if you're a guy like Carl, you take it and he's built a brand and a product, but he's put a lot of work into it.
Yeah, he's a very smart guy. Carl is very smart, and he also had kind of a step up because I think he was already like involved in like editing and computer shit. You know,
He was a
so
he was a marketing guy,
yeah,
and he basically started doing a podcast on Saturday afternoons, and
yeah,
it grew into this. Um, so, but good, and it's like for me, good for him. I'm always happy when I see people
yeah.
succeed like that, and but and I don't begrudge anybody asking for money. I don't care that Kevin makes money or doesn't make money. I don't like using money as a cudgel though. Uh, that's threatening people with it. Um, and I can't imagine for a couple of bucks taking the abuse that some of these people take from him. You know, so
Well, he's not going to have somebody on that's not. That's kind of his deal now. Is like he's not going to have somebody on that's not going to go. Yes, yeah, Kevin. Yes, yes, yes. I'm definitely not that guy. Like I mean, I think I've given all indications to that. Like I don't. If he doesn't like me, he doesn't like me. That's fine, you know. But I get the impression that he doesn't want any kind of pushback whatsoever on his show.
I that's why I got pushed. That's why I got thrown off his show
You know,
because
because he
I
would
wouldn't
say
agree with
something.
him.
He would say something like, "That's fucking retarded. That's dumb what you just said," and he's gonna get mad at me, which is weird because I know the comedian Kevin Brennan, not YouTube Kevin Brennan, and the
Yeah, and
YouTube Kevin Brennan is tender. Comedian Kevin Brennan was a ruthless, nasty dude. This guy that he's turned into on YouTube is a sensitive guy who blocks people, does all these things, and is very vindictive over words, not actions, which is odd considering.
yeah, I when I saw him in Atlantic City, I was kind of blown away by him because he goes from he's very funny, um,
Yes,
and
and
he
he
can
is.
be a very nice guy, but in an instant he can turn into the devil, where he's flipping tables and yelling at people. Um, but everybody thinks that there's that behind the scenes, like he and Melton are friends. You know, I don't think so. I I I think when Kevin hates, Kevin really hates, and
Yeah. I don't
you
think
know,
that Kevin. I think there's room for Kevin and Mel because there's nothing really nasty has happened. If you watch, Kevin is doing the same thing that David Scarika's doing. He's very upset about the comment that Melton made about his wife, and that is it. That is their discrepancy. It's not money, it's not power, it's not subscriptions, it's none of the other things. Melton said his wife was a baboon or whatever, and it hurt his feelings because he's got a hot wife, and nobody should think in his mind that she's a monkey of any kind, and thus he is not able to let it go. His show today, he brought it up like 18 times.
see, I always assumed that Kevin was mad at the problem with Melton was that Melton didn't kowtow before him. Melton had agreed to do like a month or 2 months of Mondays or something like that, and then he didn't want to continue. Um, and Kevin has surrounded himself with people that he controls, and he just couldn't control Melton. And that's what I thought it was about. So, um, and you go there, and like the development of the hate of Shuley and Shuley's money and all that stuff is crazy. Um, Mindiggity says Mirror gets real gas, not just Dabbleverse losers. I hope you're not referring to my friend JMO as a Dabbleverse loser, but
I am a Dabbleverse
I
loser.
have not. If that's true, Mint, I haven't seen it. Um, we're running down all this down. Crumbum, who's he asking? Did you pay for mail order bride or not? Set the record straight. Uh,
I think
so
he's talking about you because I have a white wife, so not.
everybody's met my wife. So I don't think he's talking to either one of us. I think this is a in chat conversation. Um,
Uh,
right. And my wife is a quite a lovely woman, and I'm very happy to be married, and um, I don't go around calling people's wives whores and things.
Typically
That's
not. Yeah.
that's not what I do. You were so
Unless
bent. We watched it. I don't know which one.
unless their horror wife gets on the camera and acts like a horror wife, then that's not on us.
Well, yeah, I mean, if the wife is on camera and she's part of the Dabbleverse, or internet streaming, all bets are
Yeah.
off, right? We're not talking about that. But even if a wife, like, the time Carl's wife came on stream to suggest Carl take a nap, um, she doesn't deserve. Jenny is really sweet. She doesn't deserve the abuse um, that she gets, and she's not. I guess she's part of it, but uh, not the same thing.
I think she
Uh,
gets it. I think she understands it though. I mean, I get the impression she does anyway. I think she gets it.
Victoria's asking, mail order is a thing, talking about wives, and I was laughing because that was my impression of Skarika's girlfriend that he put up, and I was like, wait, this chick looks like she's from a mail order catalog, like of Colombian women you could marry. Uh, but and I did like your comment about her having a very strong chin.
Well, you know what? To be fair, there's a lot of women in that portion of the world that do have very strong chins. Especially when they're very tribal. Tribal women have strong chins. So who could tell? And I barely got to see the picture, but she did have she had an attitude era chin. I'll say that.
Uh, yeah, I was looking at the picture today. I think it was the first time I've seen it. Somebody put it up. I didn't realize it was from the show. Somebody put it up, and I was like, it almost looks like AI, or I don't know. It looks altered. It looked altered to me, but uh, just the fact that if I asked, if you and I were out, and I asked you to show me a picture of your wife, and I was going to show you mine, or really great girlfriend or whatever, it would be very quick. You know what I mean? Chances are it might even be the lock screen of your phone. You know, um, it's
It's
not
weird,
like
yeah. It's odd that he
desperately.
did it. It's odd that he did it because that girl doesn't even know that he's doing that. You know what I mean? And it's like these people move fast, man. As soon as they can take a picture and find out who you are. So
Crumbum, I have a buddy who bought a Russian wife. It didn't end well, lost tons of money. That's kind of a story as old as time. Um, I could tell you about Jerry Otelli doing that. Jerry's dead now, so I can talk about it. And uh, I would like to order two Ukrainian brides, mid 20s. Thanks. Uh, Same thing. The problem is who comes with them, and uh, and who are they paid with?
yeah, what's now? Bring me up to speed on this panhandler love interest with what?
Ashley,
Yeah, that's interesting. Go on. Tell me more about this.
no,
This is
it's a joke. It's Panhandler and I both like Ashley, like as a person, whatever. And we were joking around about it, and we brought Panhandler on. Panhandler's a good guy, and so um, he and Ashley talked on the stream. I think that's really about it. But I like to make up stories because people flirt with Panhandler,
he's
so
the
I'm
hot
always
boy.
we're
He's the hot boy
developing a
around
love
here.
connection. He's a man's man. And in person, uh, he does not look like somebody you'd want to fuck with. I'll put it to you that way. And so I don't remember how long I met him ago, but he really is like he's very honest about the way he feels, and I like it. I like the that level. Like if he's pissed off at you or he says something, he does it. I think it's great.
He's very
Uh,
direct. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. He's very
uh,
to
I,
the point.
yeah, I hate to insert myself here, especially when Chow doesn't seem interested in explaining again himself, but he has said before his wife is Ukrainian who grew up in the US. Okay, Chris. Cool. I just, my thing is uh Chow's calling it a dumb psyop. Uh, I I do find it interesting that that it would be called a psyop and you would get pissed off about it. Um, but yet on your show, you're very free, feel very free to insult other people's wives and talk shit about them. So I think you're just getting back what you put out there. So there we go. Uh, Brennan needs to respect his elders. Schmuel's third MLC will be charm. Um, I was very happy. The joke is that Cardiff had gotten thrown off his first MLC show too. So I was like, ooh, something Karmic and I have in common, like that, and we both drive cars. Um, and Chris
I hope
Mack,
that's where it ends. I
d-
hope that's where it ends
damn,
with the.
Karmic's a great guy. Karmic's been a guest on here, and we had a lot of fun. And Tukey will be on September 11th, Hulk Hogan Meme Day. So looking forward to that. And Dr. Chow, uh, I never paid anyone. Mir paid 4 to 5 people. It's kind of the same thing, right? Uh, it it's the both these shows. So there we go.
He paid me
Um,
$1,000.
did he really?
No,
Can't be. Can't be.
no.
Can't be.
I haven't made $1 off of any of this internet stuff. So no, I didn't.
How is that known, Schmuel, you cheap fuck? Um, I don't know. And ask people about me that know me, and they'll tell you that I am not cheap. That's one thing.
There's nothing wrong being cheap, Shmuel. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing
No,
wrong
no,
with being
no. I'm
cheap.
not. But I'm not cheap. But I'm not. I buy a lot of shit though. I got a lot of like acquisition, and as I get older, I'm like, I now use this. Do you remember Marie Kondo? She was hot for a little while. A Japanese broad who would come in and help you organize your home.
Oh, is that the closet lady?
I don't know if she was the closet lady, but um, she was very funny because she would go into places that were really disorganized, not hoarding like, but just disorganized, and people would have trouble letting go of stuff. And her
Oh,
line was, "Does it bring you joy? Does it bring, you know?" And I laugh because I've sort of adopted that principle in my life. But I'm also now, I've bought a lot of shit that I've never used,
yeah,
and now when I buy things, I look back 6 months later and go, have I used this? Is this serving me well? Because I do have a tendency to, you know, look at Amazon and go, oh yeah, that'd be a really good idea, and buy shit that I don't need. And
yeah.
having a wife who supports me, I can get away with that. Um, Mir paid like Ray, SJ, Chad, maybe a couple of other people, ski mask. All good. All good. I wasn't judging you for paying people. But I would say, Mint, that I don't know that those are guests that you would pay. Uh, but I could see Throw and Ray or Chow a couple of bucks. They look like they could use this. I don't approve of the whole fucking with other people's money stuff. Nor do I, Chris. And this is really kind of a dig because other people spent a bunch of time talking about my money the other night, and so I'm just demonstrating what that. I'm reversing it. And Schmuel, in what world does Hope deserve $700? I would argue she does, but that's only because it's so much content for Kevin. You know who we're talking about, or have you been following this, right?
Yeah, that's
Uh,
that's that's Ray's roommate. Yeah, that
right.
lady. Yeah, yeah. No, she caught fire real fast. And then pissed Kevin off within 24 hours. So she's out.
Right.
It's
Chris
over.
Chris Mack, when someone does work for you, you pay them promptly and in full. I what do you call it? I agree with that. That's my thing. And I like to be the person. And look, it took me a long time to get. I was a bum until I was like in my mid 30s. With the bad credit score and not doing all that stuff. And I like to look back now and go, in 25 years, I've never missed a payroll. You know, I've never asked anybody to wait, and so I I don't like to fuck with. I don't like to hold things over people's heads, particularly as it relates to money. I just don't think it's right. And Andy Dick was paid. I would agree that that's one I would pay. I'd pay for Andy Dick. I don't know that I would pay for him now, but these guys had Andy Dick, I think, right at the height of when he was engaged to the broad who smacked her boyfriend in the car. Eliza, is it Eliza Jordana? Elisa Jordana?
Yeah, Lisa
Um,
Jordana, I think it was right.
and J-Mo, who bought a wife? It was neither Jay nor I. So,
I didn't buy one.
did Kevin pay Joey's C sister 750 for her appearance? I don't think it was that much. I thought it was five, but the shitty person in that scenario was to me was Joey because he took a $200 fee for getting her to stream, and it's like your sister and it's her wedding. It's
Got to get
like
his big. You got to get a little taste.
yeah, you don't need a taste for that, and uh, I guess Crumbum and Chow might have a little bit of a beef here. He's still waiting for his uncle to come kill me. Chow, let's move on. Um, UFC fighters. Uh, oh, I think he might mean guests. Um, so, and then Mint, real guest, not really debatable compared to these other circle jerk shows. Gotcha. Um, Affy, Bob Levy has my stepdaughter. We won't do that. I'm doing the Ray thing, and I'm not really reading these before I put them up. Um, he still makes good money from Patreon. Kevin probably has. He's got to have like the largest Patreon of all these guys, right? Because he puts all of his
Uh,
shows on Patreon.
WATP, I think, might have similar, or maybe not anymore. I haven't looked lately. I think he's got about 3,000 patrons.
That's pretty good.
Okay. Um, Mir, what are they talking? Even talking about Mir or Brennan? I assume that Patreon was Brennan. I didn't even think Mir had a, a Patreon. It might have an OnlyFans. Um, LOO cheap guy.
Oh
He's
no, I
been
was way
incredible.
off. He's got 485 paid members at
Who's that?
$8. At eight, Misery Loves Company, 485 at $8.
Cool. And what's Carl got?
Let me see. Carl might be a little skewed because of memberships now, because everybody was on Patreon before, but a lot of people have moved to the memberships. WATP. Who are who are these? Well, they have 3,000 members, but it doesn't say how much. They have 1,837 paid members, so much more.
Yeah.
And
That's-
at the low, let's see, the rate is the low. Well, they're how much is it? Join for free. See membership options. Yeah, $5 is the lowest tier. So he's making cash on there for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing good. I mean, they've got a loyal following. They got a lot of content that they put out too. I mean, they're constantly putting clips out, constantly putting out lives, constantly putting out shows.
No, Carl's got a
He works, man. You can't deny that. He works.
top tier show. I mean, he puts out the content. I hate Adam Bush, and it's ruined WATP for me. But I
You don't like
wouldn't.
Adam?
No, I don't. Very. I mean, I think he's completely ruined the vibe between Carl and producer Chris. And I personally, I like producer Chris the best out of all of them. And now the vibe between the three of them just like is very shallow, I guess.
Yeah, maybe a little Hollywood.
But you might. But I'm not saying don't subscribe. Go and subscribe. I appreciate Carl.
Yeah, I mean, he works. I mean, you got to say that about Carlos. He definitely works. I mean, he's constantly putting stuff out.
And he's most likely OG mumbling Nick. So I used to say he was Hack Ride, but now I'm pretty sure he's OG mumbling Nick. Carl is. So
You
that's
think
my
so?
conspiracy. That's what I think.
Because that's a real thick accent and speech impediment that OG Nick has.
Nick, you could tell Nick does this thing where he like, oh no, I don't even really want to do that. He's like disguising his Carl voice.
I'll have to go back
Personally,
and listen.
I'm just
I'll
saying.
listen because
But I'm also a
I love a
fucking
good
retarded
conspiracy.
cokehead, so
J-Mo, come back next month because it'll be somebody else.
somebody else,
Last month it was Hack Ride. Now it's OG Mumbling Nick. It'll
got a little
probably be you next.
corkboard. He's got a corkboard back there. He's got son of a bitch. I've cracked it this time.
Pepe Sylvia, Pepe Sylvia, Pepe
All right.
Sylvia.
You guys beef aside, Frank, I think, makes a decent point. Clearwater Chat has the right take. Go in for free, and if KB or anyone pays you, it's a bonus. This is why Clearwater Chat seems more successful than even happier than 99% of the Dabbleverse. I think if you do it, you're building, right? You're building your audience and you're building your own stuff.
He's
So,
also playing a retarded person. So I mean, retarded people are happy. So that's what it's the character he's playing.
right.
You know,
But
it kind of goes with it. You know.
he's not and he's not retarded. Like I've had
No, he's not.
conversations with the guy. The guy's a smart guy, and he does go along with stuff. And it's funny because I'll find myself like, don't be eating that shit, you know. But whatever. Nick in Fort Wayne loves me. You got thrown off because you're boring, Schmuel. Um, I don't even know why Nick bothers coming here, but maybe because I read his chats. I don't know, and he doesn't have to pay for them here to get them read. Crumbum, did you get the Skankfest volunteer email? I think they sent them out already.
God,
What about
you
you,
are
Dave?
so far behind.
Am I really?
That was 20 minutes ago.
Jesus, I guess I'm sorry. You know what? Guys, if you got something important, super chat it or supertip.gg/Buckman, um, and I'll get there. But I'm having trouble keeping up with the chat. I used to joke around like when I had 7 people in here, it was really easy to keep up with this shit. So where do you see the question? Did I don't know if you got a chance? Did you get a chance to watch the show that I sent you, JMO?
I didn't get through the whole thing. I'm going to be upfront with you, Uncle Buck. I didn't get through the whole thing. I was busy, but I did get through some of it, and I think like the first like hour and a half, maybe.
So it was the end part that we'll talk about it. I asked the boys what their goal was, like where did they see their show going.
Mhm.
I don't think I ever brought up. I don't even think I ever brought up money, other than I might have asked them like, was money what they wanted, or did they, how did they want to develop, and things like that. So I think a guy like Clearwater Chad, who goes on shows for free, develops a following, uh, he'll make some money on it. It's not going to be life changing, but
Yeah, he'll start a show with Fred Stoller and grift off of him. That's right. That's right.
and Manhandler is a sick wrestling name. Um, or or from Dave Sarah, uh, or one of the people in the Valley of Men. And so, yeah, Panhandler's Heart belongs to Keena K. That was the original love connection we were talking about.
I heard about
Um,
that last night. That was the first I've heard about it.
uh, Another Buckman lie. I never mentioned his wife. All I know is he's married. You were a little bit. Chow. You were okay with it, but you do know what Mir's gonna do, so you're not like absolved. You know, it's like be,
Personally, I fucking loved going on Mir show. That was a hoot. I want to go back. He asked me once, and I missed the chat, but I messaged him. I said, please consider me in the future. I love especially the Friday shows because I can get fucked up, and I love it. And I did feel bad because I stayed on for like 90 minutes last time, and then I got the call up to the big leagues on MLC, so I ended up leaving his show and going on MLC. But it wasn't out of disrespect. I'd already done over an hour with them, and it was fun. I like that show.
you. What do you call it? You've dumped me whenever you get called up to the
Oh
big
yeah,
leagues,
I
but
gotta get yeah.
I'm aware of that. Um, Dr. Chow, the Mega G, is paying guests good or bad. I'm so confused. Uh, I don't know, Doc. You figure it out. I think I was talking about. I think I was specifically referring to try to buy your way into the Devilverse, but um, that's my memory, and if it's wrong, oh well. Uh,
Doctor Wachow,
Oh
and
God,
Doctor Wachow,
Chow.
I
Wachow.
Did
love a
they?
catchphrase. I love a
Did
catchphrase.
Wasn't he somebody else before? Did I hear that on Clowntown?
Who? Doctor Chow?
Yeah.
I don't know. Who could possibly give a shit?
So, JMO, that's the question for you. Like, what would you like to do? Money aside, but would you like to start? Are you wanting to start your own stream? Do you just like being a guest and a sniper, or what do you see?
I think eventually I'll try and get my own stream going, but I do like being a guest on shows. It's a little bit easier to kind of get in and kind of introduce yourself as opposed to trying to run your own the thing. It was a nightmare for me to try and do it, but I didn't realize like I didn't have the right equipment and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, and as evidenced by my stream with Ashley and Lemmy, nobody shits on Lemmy, and she got out while the getting was good, and there we go. Uh, I don't think that's for me. Who talked about your money? Oh, well, on that stream you did. You guys gave me, I'm all about the money. And that's when Dan was giving me advice on doing a good show. And I think we have more viewers than he did. Um, the entire episode only made 600. I don't know which one we're talking about. Sorry. I like to, oh yeah. Kiki Buckmans. That's what we ought to be doing is giving out Kiki Bucks. Um, So that would be. Have you? Do you? Are you? Do you follow the Kiki and Gino stuff at all?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. No, Gino is kind of how I got on the scene, to be honest with you. So he was like the first person to really say my name on his stream and on Twitter and stuff. So he is kind of the genesis of all this, you know.
I
Couple of
got you.
Gino guys right here, huh? Unlike Schmuel. Schmuel's a Pat Dixon
Although I
fag.
am getting
Ugh.
irritated, I'm getting very irritated with Gene. I love him, but I am getting fucking irritated with his
Oh yeah,
nonstop. Aaron,
I
it's
know.
ridiculous, and he can't see the forest for the trees, and it's becoming unrealistic. And his wife is even worse. And I love him. Kiki is a lot, bless her heart. I don't know what to say. Like you
look,
cannot get it through their head.
yeah. Look, Gino's a hoot. I see a lot of myself in Gino. Okay, I'm probably
Yeah,
the same
yes.
person he was 10 years ago, right? So I'm
20,
a
but
fucking
yeah.
coke-headed retard, which is fine. Trying to find his way in the world, but at least I got a job, which is
He's also like
better.
20. He's 20 years older than you, though.
It's
Is
like
he?
58.
If he is he 50? How old is he?
He's like
58.
58, I think.
58, I think.
Ah! Kiki, what are you doing? And Kiki, look, bless her heart, she's a very nice girl. There is a space for her in this streaming world. That space, in my opinion, is not A, going after Melton, or B, even really being on MLC all that often, only because it's a little cringy. It's just a little cringy. That's a
It
little
doesn't
cringy.
come off good. Like
I
it does to
know,
me.
but I love her. I'm sorry.
No, I understand. I don't dislike her. I'm just like I'm pan faced. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear
Pan-faced.
about Jason fucking Scoops anymore when you run around with Aaron Imholt. Sorry.
The phone calls and like the text message and stuff like that. Like, I know she's a girl and that it could be scary for her, but like the first time I was on MLC, I was literally while I was on the show getting death threats to my phone. Now by the end of
Yeah.
it, I'm sending pictures of Carl's wife to him, and we're having a big old laugh about it on text. I still don't even know who I was texting.
Yeah.
But in the end, it worked out okay.
There's
The
always going to be that. There's always going to be that, and you can't do anything about it. Yeah, I've gotten all kinds of crazy messages. Like I said, just 'cause- whatever. It's whatever. I live in a very dangerous state for people to come and do something to me.
uh, uh, we all hear shit.
Yeah, it's fine.
You know, it's oh man, Eliza Dushku, but that's the actress chick. Well, I must be really
Yeah.
behind, but that was one. She was definitely a favorite of mine. Um, and I'm gonna just move all the way up to the end of the chat so we can get to within the last 4 or 5 minutes. And let's
Dave, it's a
see.
big flex that you're a cokehead in 2025 though, because these prices are crazy. I mean, I know you're living it up right now.
I get good prices.
You got a guy?
I got multiple guys, and they're all Mexican.
Now, you better just make sure you stay away from that fentanyl shit.
These guys will never, unless I piss one, unless I pulled a Clearwater chat on one of them, they would never do that to me because they respect me. Now, if I treated them like Clearwater chat treated me today and put one of them on blast today, I would be dead tomorrow.
Schmuel, you're not ready for cocaine,
Gotcha.
man. Just let it go. You can't be diving into that. It's too late in life, and you'll lose your heart fucking around with that stuff.
Dude, those days are behind me. We're the OG with that shit. We were
I can't. I'm out the game.
pre-fentanyl.
I never tried this stuff. I knew I would like it too much. I was like, I'm gonna like this shit too much. No, thank you. I see how much people like it. I was like, I'm gonna like it too much.
It might be good, the thing that was I was too cheap to pay for it, but it's definitely one of the favorite of all the things that I've done drug-wise. It was right up there with the favorite, but
That's what I
um
always hear. It's always everybody's favorite. I'm like, that ain't good. And
Let me
I've
just-
never seen somebody doing well off crack. So I mean, I'm like,
no.
you know what I'm
let me-
saying? But it's like that's what happens when you can't afford cocaine anymore. You're natural,
Yeah.
and it's silly, but that's how it goes.
The OG Mumbling Lincoln says, I did fentanyl before it was cool. So I had a friend that moved to North Carolina during COVID, and I got word, that he passed away, and then people are like, "Oh, he died from fentanyl overdose," which he did, and I was like, "Damn, he what like somebody spiked his cocaine or something," and my friends were like, "No, he was smoking fentanyl." I was like, "Oh, well,
Yeah, it's crazy.
okay,
I remember they were doing that.
okay."
Dude,
They were getting it
guys,
from China too. It's a dangerous game. Like it's, you know what I mean. If it gets in the air and makes people die, like I don't think you should smoke it.
Okay. Also,
It
to
has to
that
be.
one video. Sorry, that one video though of the police officer like touching the thing with the fentanyl. That's fake. That's not actually what happened.
No,
But I know what you
absolutely,
mean.
yes.
I know what you
Yeah.
mean.
But if I were to go and clap it and you inhaled it, you're fucked off. Like it's
Oh
not
yeah.
good.
Yeah, it's not great.
So it's just like, but yeah, no, that is fake. Yeah, but it freaks me out even thinking that somebody could just even sprinkle it in. You're like, what's that about?
well,
I
it's
mean,
yeah,
But you
it's
know
not.
your guys,
Look,
so I mean, anytime you put anything in your body, you're taking a risk. So,
right,
and
Yeah.
I
and
do
it's
plenty
not
of
that
shit.
it's
So.
yeah, it's not that it's fake. It's just that when it's not made in a lab, like a legit lab, it just gets. You never know what you're getting. You might be
It's hard
getting.
to measure.
Yeah,
So
you might be getting a milligram, you might be getting 1,000. I'm just picking numbers, but you don't know. And then even from the same supplier, you might be getting different stuff.
yeah,
Um,
so I recorded a show for my buddy Chris Neff in Big Bear in like Wrightwood a couple like late last year, and Kate Quigley was on the show, and I talked to her a little bit. I didn't ask her about the situation, but the theory was that the baggie that they put the cocaine in had some residual, was an old residual baggie of fentanyl that had a little bit in there that mixed in there, and then when they fucking did when they did the cocaine, it killed 3 of them essentially.
yeah. So to be fair, I've never done street fentanyl. I did pharmaceutical fentanyl. Uh, we are the gel inside the 72-hour fentanyl patches. The fentanyl patches killed a friend of mine. Um, uh, he had throat cancer, was getting radiation, and they prescribed him the fentanyl patches. They told him he could put on 3 if the pain got really bad, but by the time he didn't want to use them,
It's
and by the
crazy.
time he used them, he had lost like 40 or 50 pounds. So he put them on, and they found him outside the front of his house, slumped over his car. So,
Shit
but
crumbs too. That much painkiller. I mean, he was plugged up.
well, I mean, it was cancer and whatever. But the best drug I have ever done were Quaaludes, and you know
Classy,
the
classic.
Fucking
pharmaceutical
ludes, baby.
the pharmaceutical
Yeah.
kind, and they weren't around for very long. They cracked down on those really fast,
That's
and
because Midwest white women ruined it for everybody. They were chucking them around at every Tupperware party. They were eating them like candy, and they
th-
weren't quiet about it.
they were great, man. They were just it's like it would just make your whole body numb, and you it's hard to explain. But after, but you always knew, you could always tell whether you got whether it was legit or whether somebody had made it. And I just laughed because there were all sorts of tests, right? It had the 747 on it, and there was a line, a scoring line. Yeah, if you put your credit card in there and it's this difference, you were able to tell. And that was never true. Um,
My favorite mix. Anytime I'd go to like Coachella or whatever, I'd always try to find somebody that had like promethazine and trade them some cocaine for it or whatever, or like buy some off of them. And dude, I took like 4 ounces of promethazine and like a gram of cocaine. I was in heaven. It's the best feeling in the world, and
Like a liquid
it will
speedball.
it will kill you, but it will kill you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's a
what
liquid
killed
speedball. That's what killed.
Phoenix River. You did
Yeah,
a Phoenix,
Phoenix
River,
River.
but a
I killed-
2025 one.
He killed. I mean, he essentially killed. I can't breathe. What's his name? The black guy.
Michael
Oh,
Brown?
No,
No,
no.
the guy from Staten Island. I don't remember
Yeah,
his name.
whatever. Chauvin, the guy that Chauvin killed. That
That's
killed
a
him. He's
bad
killed
look. Three
he
white
killed
people can't
killed a
remember.
bunch of 27-year-olds. So
George Floyd.
George
George Floyd.
Floyd.
George
Yeah,
Floyd.
But
remember his name? Yep.
I, I gotcha. I thought I didn't think he was the original killed I Can't Breathe guy. I thought the original I Can't Breathe guy was the guy from Staten Island they busted for loose cigarettes.
Um,
It's a
I thought it was this. I thought the Lucy's were. Anyway, yeah, I kind of yeah.
I mean, I think George Floyd said it, but I thought that the other guy
Mm.
was the first one that
It
we
was a
knew.
it was a
And
real rough summer for black youth at the old
Utes.
convenience store. 20,
Utes.
2019 to 2020 was a real rough go for the black youth.
there we go. Big W, Eric Garner. Thank you, Big W. I could not remember the name.
Big W.
Um, but the Eric Garner thing went on forever, and it wasn't on videotape and um, all that stuff. And they tried to. There were like black cops involved in it too, so it was like trying to there was a lot of blame to go around. Um, but and that changed the law in New York now. Now cops cannot do anything that causes chest compression when they arrest you.
It,
So they
it,
can't sit on you. They can't. It's been quite the mess.
you remember there was that one where they like molested that guy. They molested that teen
Abner Louima,
with the nightstick. They shoved it up his ass and shit. You
yeah,
remember that?
the
And they all
plunger.
got off. They all got
Ah,
off
oh
for it.
yeah, the plunger. Oh yeah, the retarded kid.
Yeah.
Oh
Like shit
yeah,
like that happens all the time though.
he
It's
gave
like,
him the old. They gave him the old Gaddafi in the ass. Yeesh.
Well, he wasn't. Yeah, the guy
Sword in
that
the butt.
Abner Louima wasn't. He wasn't retarded. He was just like an immigrant. So I used to
Oh.
do open mic. A hotel in New York called the Gershwin Hotel. We used to go there for open mics, and when you would go in the bathroom, they had a plunger that had like a broom handle on it. The fucking thing was really huge, and somebody had drawn lines on it, and it was like Abner Louima went this far, and then they had the guy
Fuck.
who ran the comedy thing, the open mic, and they had his name and then a line like twice as long. So
That's pretty funny actually.
it was pretty cool. So
Yeah, the but that whole thing with George Floyd, I'm just gonna make this real quick. Like, I mean, I'm a blue line guy. Like, I'm not really. I don't. You know, I like cops. I think they should be able to do whatever they need to do. Unfortunately, I think that Chauvin, looking back on it, it was unnecessary. George Floyd might be a piece of shit. He might be high on drugs, but there's 8 cops around. He's cuffed. He's on the floor. There's no need to have your knee on his back, his neck, wherever the fuck it was for that long. It's unnecessary, in my opinion.
the problem is we've developed a society now where the only ones that are willing to be cops are autistic dudes.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
you're going to get what you get. They're the bullied guys that were bullied in high school, but they had a little bit of athletic ability, but not enough to start. And now they're the guys that are in charge of who goes to jail and who don't. And some of those guys take that responsibility and don't wield it like an asshole. Unfortunately, the amount of them that are doing that has gone up exponentially, and it's problematic, and a lot of people realize it, and it's
Yeah.
hard to defend at this point.
Yeah, what's the old saying? Absolute power corrupts assholes. I think that's what saying.
Something along those lines.
close,
Like,
very close.
Right.
and I was thinking about it the other day. I was talking to somebody. I'm like, you know how much trouble we would all save if they just stopped with the traffic violations? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. You need safety, right? But how many cops are dying over somebody going 15 miles over the speed limit because they had a bad day that day and they got a gun and you know what I'm saying? Like,
And maybe a warrant that that like isn't really even a big deal, and they know, fuck, I'm going to jail right now, or I'm gonna shoot this cop and get away.
when in all circle there's like speeding cameras and shit. I'm not for that either. I don't think we should be violated that
Palantir.
way. There's ways for, like, if somebody gets into an accident, there's ways on those cars now to see how fast that person was going, what the trajectory of it was. We have the science there. Like, we don't need these tattletales with fucking pads and pins running around making sure everybody's doing the. How many crimes would be not happening if those guys were on the corner of a neighborhood making sure it wasn't getting robbed, as opposed to running up and down the streets all goddamn day?
Well, yeah, I mean, like Mark Norman talks about that story where he crosses the street because there's a bunch of black guys like playing dice and stuff, and then he crosses the street only to be like attacked by like some lone older black guy that almost beat the shit out of him and took his iPod,
Yeah.
and then the five black dudes came and beat the fuck out of that guy, and the cops were like, "Well, yeah, those are probably drug dealers, and they can't have some white boy getting their ass beat." It's like street justice. Street justice
Yes.
will always prevail, and no matter
Yes.
what. But real quick, I mentioned Palantir. I know I sent you so I closed out all my positions today, Schmuel.
Oh, did you?
Oh,
How'd you
yeah,
do?
baby.
Did good?
We're doing great, baby, dude. I mean,
That's a scary service, though, isn't it?
bro, I know, but I just
No. Great investment. Fucking
I had-
banana scary.
when I
what it
tell
can
you,
do.
I bought options, but I had an average dollar cost of $19.86 on Palantir, and it's at $170 something right now. Like,
Yeah, that's a banger.
and that's all thanks to Chris Neff. So,
Dave's gonna be high for a month.
bro, I
Uh,
got $40,000 coming to my bank account in the next 10 days.
Cool. You gonna buy me some equipment, Dave? I could use a new laptop.
No,
What do you call it? Look, the traffic stop and all. The big difference for me was, so I grew up in New York City, and basically the cops' whole gimmick was move you along, right? Like if you were drinking, if you were move you along, and then the lawsuits started happening. Where they'd move you along, and then the drunk guy would be suing the city, and that's when it started to get crazy. But growing up, I got it, Dave. Thank you. The other thing is like you would see cops, they would look like your regular, like they look like your neighbor, and now all cops look like they're roided out. It's we've changed somehow.
Well, a lot of them are
So
like former military, and I get the former military guys because they come home and what else are they fucking supposed to do with all that aggression that they, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So, but at the same time, it's like you are not helping the community by being a dickhead to people. It just isn't going to work. You, you can black the blue all you want, and I'll go do it with
black
you.
the blue.
But the problem is when they do stupid shit, I'm not going to sit here and go, well, guys, their job is hard. It's like it's really they make it hard on themselves quite a bit.
yeah, except when we watch the videos, right? Like 90% of it is some fucking crazy broad who's had too much to drink, and you know,
Yes, that's
like
exhausting. Yeah.
like how do you not fucking in the old days we had a nightstick? How do you not take that out and fucking whack them on the head? You know, and they're very patient in the shit that I see.
Well, like
So
the bigger city areas, you're gonna get honestly a little bit better of a product. Like the smaller towns are where like the shitheads are. I'm telling you, because it's real easy to be a shithead cop in a small town because you only got to account to like five people. It's not, you know what I mean? Because you got a chief of police, your lieutenant or whatever, the DA there, and the judge, and that's pretty much that's who can stop you from doing whatever it is you're doing.
yeah, I got so I kind of live in two places, right? One's in the city and one's in a small town, and I kind of think the same thing a little bit, but the city cops, particularly the New York City cops, have just gotten so shitty over time. Like lately, they don't. It just good luck getting them to respond to anything.
Who would
You
take
know?
that job? You have to be retarded to take the job. I mean, at this point, because there's no good in it. There is no good in it anymore for what you get out of it. It used to be like I'm serving a purpose, but now it's like your whole. You might get that job and spend 20 years getting
Yeah,
screamed at. It's like what for what? Like for what?
right. But I will say the people that I know that became cops, particularly people that I grew up with, it was like they were cops, their family were cops, and
That air is
so
dying, isn't it? That's
so
the
it's
sad thing.
but they've changed the rules so much. It's like people don't want that you don't want to be a cop anymore because they've made it so hard to do it. So their deal is like instead of sending two cops now, they'll send 10, just hoping that the show of force will And
And escalate, and it, 9 out of 10 escalates the situation. Like it really
and
does.
if you see the number of fat guys that are cops, it'll blow you away. Like guys and women. I'm walking up the subway station train the other night, and the cop is walking next to me. She's huffing and puffing going up the stairs. I'm like, there's no way. Um, and I had something stolen in Hoboken, and I had to go to the cop there, and the chick was literally like 4'11" and could have been blown over by a strong wind. And
Yeah.
it never made. And I kept asking her about spelling my name, right? She had my driver's license and whatever, still spelled it wrong. And it was brutal. Anyway, enough cop talk. So what's on the JMO schedule? Tell us, where are we going to see you next?
Well,
What's the JMO plan, or do you have one?
I know I'm cooking something up with Ashley Cummins as we speak. We're in the back channels now discussing something along the lines of getting together at some point. I believe
I
I'm
like
gonna.
Ashley. I I I happen to like Ashley. So that's cool. I think that's great.
I think I got
And
BYB tomorrow. I'm doing BYB podcast tomorrow. That's pretty much what I got going.
oh, that's cool. And you've been on BYB before, right?
Yeah, I was on there last Friday
Yeah.
for the Carmen
And
special.
you do great on those shows. I mean, you're kind of a natural at this. Um, you don't seem uncomfortable at all. Your takes are really good. I mean, I can see why Chow and Mint were promoting you everywhere. Uh,
It rubs some people the wrong way, but it got the job done, so it's fine.
well, I thought it was really funny because what happened was you put up the Venmo, right? And all I wrote was too soon, and it fucking got me slammed by gatekeeper, and I'm laughing because I don't know what happened to mumbling Nick, but I put up 2 words and got all sorts of heat. And I was looking, Nick was like writing fucking paragraphs and shit to you, you know? And I'm like, man, I hope he got as much heat as I did. And it wasn't that. It's funny because it's not about. It was never about gatekeeping or any of that stuff. I
Right.
was just laughing because my thing was I didn't know if you were being trolled into this or not. And Chow and Musk have a reputation as being giant trolls.
Yeah.
So I just didn't want you to like these guys were convincing you to do something. Oh, you're going to be making money, you're going to be doing this, and then you put that Venmo up. But you forget that people are their own man, you know?
I got to speak up for the two of them just because they literally at no point none of those guys have ever once messaged me and be like, you're gonna make money, you're gonna do like they haven't even really put like I think Chow a couple times is like, hey, this person asked about you and said they want you on the show. Is that okay? I'll send you the link. But he's never been like, hey, I want you to go here or here. Like, it's not like that at all. But I understand why people took it that way. So I just kind of let the thing go because it's like, it's funnier. Like, who cares? It's fine.
Uh, this is very funny. KB says she can sniff out bad eggs real quick because I had asked her about you, and you are not on her bad egg list. Um, no, and I've been breaking Chow's balls all night, but Chow Chow's fine, and
He stuck up for you. He stuck up for you a couple times in that episode. I will say.
he
Mir went
did.
at you. Mir was the one that was really going at you, but I think that's kind of what he does. So I
His
would.
yeah, the thing with Mir was, and I was trying to avoid that when I went on the show. It was shtick, you know. It's what Mir does. It's like when he had Ashley Cummings on, and he's asking her, "How many black cocks did you take?" or whatever. It's like I don't know. I didn't think that was really too funny. You can't. Can you hear that? I think he is muted. Uh, I'm gonna actually. Sorry. Panhandler showed up and then his camera went out, so I'll put him up in a minute. Um, but yeah, so and I'm just busting balls back. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
I
No, it'll
I
be fine. I don't think, and I was going to tell you, I don't think anything is like ever. I don't think anybody's really going to get mad about it anyway. And like what you and I talked about was funny. And that's why I told you I was like, I don't really think that it's never that serious. It's all fun and games.
I
All
don't.
fun and games.
I honestly I don't take it seriously. But I do, and one of the things I do love about the Dabbleverse is people know nothing about the people they're talking about, um, and yet at the same time, like they're on that show, and everybody like everybody knows me and knows what I'm about, right? And they're saying all these things, and there is a part of me that's want to go like, you have no idea what you're talking about. You don't know, but it is pretty funny. And David is wrong and right about the same thing. I'm on the internet because it's fun to do, but
Yeah.
I will never. I have no illusions about making money or becoming a star. Uh, that was never going to happen.
Well, I really hope that David just kind of gets. I hope he lets the Melton thing go. He's got to let it go. Like he cannot anyone
He
like it.
can't.
It's
I,
it's it is not good. That's why I told him I wasn't even trolling him. I'm like, I don't think you want to do this right now because I know how he came unglued the first time. And then he proceeded to do exactly what I told him I didn't think he wanted to do. And it's just he's gonna have a cycle of the same thing over and over again if he doesn't.
Well, it was pretty funny last night when, or during that show, and
Yeah.
you said something, and he's like, "No, I didn't really want to talk about it," and then he couldn't stop talking about it.
And I just let him go because I'm like, telling him not to is not going to help, And because I've already told him like I don't think you want to do. I I told him I was like I don't think you want to be involved in this, and he doesn't. He really doesn't. And in his mind, he says he doesn't, and in his heart, he doesn't want to. But he keeps saying things that are going to draw him back into it, and it's just like if you scream Melton, 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 eventually it's going to get to Melton, and then Melton's going to Melton, and then you're going to do what you're doing. And it's just a vicious cycle, and it's never going to stop. And you have
Well,
to just sit yourself down and go, he made fun of my magnets. Who cares? Like, I
hey
get
man,
it.
it got
You
it
know?
got you it got you it got you some attention on Melton. It got me some attention on
Yeah.
Melton. So no complaint about that.
Yeah.
And I was actually laughing with s- telling me what a bad interview and stuff it was with Ashley, particularly Dan, who was like, "Ah, you got to know what you're doing and you got to do this." And I'm like, I was joking in my head saying, "Well, nobody clipped the show that you did with Ashley, right?" And so as bad as I was, we had the Doom clip. And so that
No bad publicity, they say.
well, there is bad publicity, but that certainly wasn't it. And I knew I had embarrassed myself. So, um, and it is what it is. I mean, I'm gonna do things, but I think most people have fun with it.
Well, you're
Um,
always going to embarrass yourself when you put yourself out there. There's no way around it. It's just your reaction is what determines the result. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I made a fool of myself the first two times I went live. All
I,
well.
I didn't see it. But I have to say, um, right place, right time, because that clip, the I'm gonna add Panhandler and hope his sound works. Um, before you go, Panhandler, give me 1 second. The clip that you did, the Kevin thing, I don't think normally that would have hit anything, and it was just perfect timing because Aaron really, really needed somebody uh, to try to justify his point, and he gave it to him. I don't even know how he got it, but
I think Gino, to be honest with you, because Gino was talking about me before.
oh, okay.
And so that's just my theory. I mean, even if Gino didn't show it to him, I mean, I'm sure he watches Gino's stuff, and Gino for like a week was saying my name on his show, shouting me out, because him and I had back and forth, and I like Gino. I think he's funny, and like I said, he drives me crazy because he's dumb. But I told him that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
Uh,
not a fan, but it's not a requirement because if it were, I'd never
no.
have anybody out here. Mr. Panhandler, can you hear us?
Unfortunately, yes. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's all right.
Oh,
That's
somebody went.
cool.
Somebody went and got a haircut today, cutie pie. I see you.
Yeah, Cigarette Jones, he told me the best moderator in the business. He had said I looked like a hippie last night, so I needed to get freshened up. So yeah, got to get camera ready for Schmuel, Clown Town. Screw Big W and those idiots. But
I
Schmuel,
heard you talking about me last night, so apologizing for coming on my stream.
that's what we all do, Schmuel. Everybody, we feel dirty after this, all of us.
I know you all feel bad for me. I'm like Grampy in the nursing home that you're obligated to go visit once a month. I
Oh
Hey, I
got
was
it.
no.
I was told that Clearwater Chad would be here. Why did we get stuck with Dave Sarah? This is some bullshit.
Yeah, well,
He
what
was
can I
just
tell
doing
you?
dope. Dave
Call back.
Sarah is probably back there pacing right now. He is fired up about. He is fired up about Clearwater Chad. I was annoyed with Clearwater Chad. Dave is not putting up with that bullshit anymore. He's had it.
I, I had no idea that that was going on. And normally, what happens is when that goes on, I will get at least one text that's like, this fucking guy, you know? And so I was taken aback by it too. But I also love that co hosting with Dave is hilarious because it's like you never know which one you're going to get, you know? Some nights you get the super mellow Dave, and other nights you get the shot out of the cannon Dave.
Oh, he was shot out of cannon tonight, boy. Let me tell you, he started off hot. Like I said, I thought he was pissed at me. I'm like, oh shit, what did I say?
I know. And that's the other thing with Dave is if he was pissed at you, anybody else might be like, I'm not going on with that guy. Dave would be he relishes the chance to
It
do
doesn't
it.
bother me at all either, though. Like it doesn't. It's so
Yeah.
funny watching people's reactions, like when somebody's like yelling and they're like, "Oh," it's like, no, let them go ahead and let them get it out because the loudest one always looks the wildest. So if you just let them go, you're winning.
And some of them are easy, like a Joey C or picking on Scarica or Scarica. It's just they're so easy. Um, and you almost feel like I do anyway. I feel like almost obligated to do it.
It got so bad. I felt bad for Dave Scarica that first stream just because I was like, dude, just stop. Like this is not. And he just kept going and going and going. I'm like, oh no, this is not good. Had he had just said fuck Melton or whatever and kept it moving, it would have never even came up probably. But he did. He he did a good
Look, sometimes you
30.
learn the easy way, sometimes you learn the hard way, you know?
He's
And
a
you know, and it's like hopefully he'll learn. And uh penis wrinkle 12. Dave reminds me of my former self even though he's older than me.
he lives a
Panhandler,
young
pop in
life.
whenever you want here, buddy. We just don't know what your sound is. I don't think we can hear you. We can't hear you. So, um I'm gonna take him out. I had sent Ashley the link. Look, I've kept you almost 2 hours, so I really want to thank you for coming on it.
Yes,
And I
sir.
don't
No, thank you for
and
having me.
and I don't want to what do you call it? Uh, overstay the welcome. That's the funny thing about doing BYB though sometimes, right? Is like you're on it, you think you're gonna do a couple of hours, and then it just keeps going on, and
Mm,
I feel bad like should I just and if it's quiet, so you could just say, listen, man, I'm gonna go. But you're like, no, I gotta be here. And when he says, we're gonna do one more thing, you're almost like, oh my God. So
we had such a good time on that one last Friday, though. I didn't even realize it was going that long. But I mean, it's it's real easy to tease Karmic. I'll just leave it at that. So he does,
he's such a pussy. Um,
yeah.
it's like it's unbelievable. And then I also don't know how much of him is gimmick and how much of it is real. And I used to think it was all character, but
It's not.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
No, it's not. What he has is it's a mental illness of some degree, but because he believes he's the sexiest man alive. He believes in his head that he can eat a woman's box for hours and hours. He believes all these things that he's projecting out. The problem is he doesn't have that other part of that dysfunction that when people go, "No, you're lying. You're not telling the truth," and you go, "Nope." Like Aaron. Aaron just he, he he might go cry in his bedroom, but he doesn't cry on camera, typically speaking, or come unglued on camera the way Karmic does, and that's where he loses a lot of his credibility in that character that he's trying to portray as the tough guy. I'm the man in the valley, you know.
But that's kind of what makes him interesting, though, right? It's because you never know when he's going to break down or what it is that's going to break him down.
He's got so many
Uh,
highs and lows, a lot of peaks and valleys over there on the Karmic X show.
right? And he comes back from the greatest weekend he ever had with Felicia and has a meltdown over a grocery store, you know? And
Yeah, the whole thing was fishy, man. He got so upset over me, and all I literally did, and I put out the message that I sent him that he got so mad at me for. All I said to him was, "I think you're great. Don't let these guys tease you, even if they think you're gay or whatever. It doesn't matter." That's all I said to him, and he took that as I'm calling him gay. Fuck me. Come down to Minnesota, fight me. And I'm like, this is banana. Like he went off. He went off, and I was like, all right, well, fuck you then, I guess.
I was just how I got into a fight with him was he was really drinking heavily on the streams, and I sent him. I talked to him before, so it wasn't just out of the blue, but I sent him a DM and I just said, um, "Dude, you're talented, right? Like you don't have to." I said, "And but I don't think the lubrication is serving you well, and you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just want to perfect it." And that was it. He lost his fucking mind and cut me off. So,
Anybody that goes in to try and put a crack in the reality that he has put up this mirror for himself, if you try and put a crack in that, you are out of here. Gone.
right. And look, he does lie a lot as well. So, because the stories change over
Yeah, yeah.
time, and it's hard to believe that he hasn't really had a girlfriend. Um,
It's not, because Shmuel, probably what most likely is going on is he's always and always has lived in a very Christian area. Being homosexual or bisexual is not okay, right? We all know that in those areas, or his family is super religious, I bet, or at the very least, just not understanding because he already has a very poor relationship with his family. He said that. And I guarantee you, dancing like this in his chair had part of the reason why he's having struggles, right? The man is what, 40 something?
I'm 41, I think.
Yeah, 41. So it's like he's not having girlfriends because he's not interested in girls. And that's why he's so loud about how much sex he has and how he makes him squirt. And it's like, that's how closeted guys in the 80s used to talk.
Yeah. Look, it's possible that he just has no game, right? That the all the egotism and everything else that he shows on camera, he may have zero of that outside. And it's like he just may not be comfortable. He just may not know how to approach girls. Like in his head, he's had this great conversation, but he's never actually walked up to one. So, or he could be closeted, which you
Well, I
know,
think he's like I think he has trained himself to believe that he is not this thing that he knows is not right in his brain because that's what he's been taught, right? If you ask him and he tells you he's not gay, he really means it because he can't be it.
yeah,
And
I would,
so it causes a problem now because now he's trying to force himself to maybe be something that he's not. to help along with the thing. So he's dealing with a lot because it's 2025. Like being gay is not that big of a deal unless it is with your family, right?
Yeah, I,
And then it's a whole nother situation that you can't even begin to.
yeah. I frankly don't. I don't think he's gay. Um, I just think that he he's special, and he requires a special kind of girlfriend. I just picture him as being very hard to put up with for any length of time, and it could be quick. You
Well,
know.
he's definitely clingy. I mean, I'm guaranteed that Felicia's already regretting this decision she's made,
I
100%.
I just picture he's the guy that you meet for a drink, and he's in love with you within the first 5 minutes, and you know we're going to be married, we're going to do this, and it's a small town, so his reputation, I'm sure, precedes him. I'm sure it goes everywhere,
And it's
like
gross.
very quickly.
It's gross because you also know he's got this big beef with Pat Dixon, and that's Pat Dixon's ex girlfriend, and the whole thing just seems grody. It seems fake and fraudulent to a degree, vindictive to a degree. We're like, what are you up to, dude? For real? Because now you're doing in real life stuff. It's not just screaming at a camera. Like you're saying you fucked another guy's ex girlfriend. So are you ready for what comes with that?
Right. No, and he's not, but look, I've seen it a million times, right? Uh, Keyboard warriors, the guys on YouTube, they think they can say anything and get away with it. That it's not going to come back to haunt them, and that's why they do stuff.
Yeah, you have to be
Uh,
careful with what you put out because you're going to get it right back, regardless of how you feel about it. That is a fact. So if you
it,
just sit there and are constantly telling everybody they're not shit and you're the best and I'm a real man and what's going to come back is the polar opposite of that, coming directly to you, except for it's 100 of them and one of you, when it was
right.
just one of you and 100 of them. So it's different now.
Let's try this one more time.
Can you,
Panhandler.
can you guys hear me or no?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
we can hear
can.
you.
All right,
Well,
I'm in the
I'm
Cool.
gonna
I'm
go
gonna
ahead
let
and
you, Jay. I'm gonna let you go.
yes, sir. I'm gonna head
And
on out. I'm gonna let the real star head on in here now that he's here with his
smart move.
fresh haircut.
Smart move by you.
I can't. There's no way I can follow you. I can promise you that.
Yeah, right. Set the bar higher, my man. Have a good night.
let's go. I'm only gonna
All
be on
right.
another 10 or 15 minutes anyway. We'll see you later.
All right,
Take
Uncle
care,
Buck. I
Jay. Thank
appreciate
you
you. You
so
guys
much.
have a
Hey,
good one.
man. Thanks. We'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.
Have a good night, Jay.
Bye.
So, how are
So,
you, my friend?
obviously, technically retarded. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to mess you up.
Hey, no, you didn't mess me up at all, and it's nice that it's not me for a change.
Yeah, well, I'm a complete out of it with technology, so I'm a blunt instrument, man. This stuff's not for. I'm lucky I can even log on to a computer. So whatever. That's why I'll never be a guy. One of the multiple reasons. So I
I
thought you were. I
You'll
thought you were
get
gonna.
used to it. Go ahead.
Sorry for stepping on you. I thought you were gonna review a show or something. That did you throw that plan out, or is
No,
she
no,
gonna?
no. We talked about it.
Okay.
I uh I didn't really want to review it, but I watched it. I hadn't watched the Mir Musk thing. Just what we saw on here the other night, and I hadn't really paid attention to it. And so I decided to watch it uh on the way home, and it was interesting. But I also don't want to put JMO in a position where
Right.
he's got to really shit on other people. So uh, there was that. And Chow was in the chat earlier, and
Yeah, I
you
saw him
know,
earlier.
of course, you know, um, I was owned. Um, what did you rate the Mir Musk out of 10? Um, look, I think if you'd been close to getting half of it right, I would have been better, but it really wasn't my thing, And I also don't know why uh, my family had to come into stuff, and I wasn't going to do that. And I thought there were just certain things, uh, but Listening to it, I thought, well, they're wrong, and then there was some other stuff, but I do laugh because I was laughing about me being a clout chaser was one of the things I wrote that. They're like, oh, you're a clout chaser. That's why he's friends with Ray, Pat, and Levy. I'm like, the three least people in the universe over the last year. Um, but it was all pretty funny. So, uh, look, they tried. Um, you're muted again. I'm Panhandler. I'm gonna give up because I'm gonna get going, and I'm gonna take you out. Then I'm gonna say goodnight to everybody, and we'll get uh, Panhandler back another time. Thanks, guys, for being here tonight. I enjoyed it. Um, do you think you come at people like a big brother, Schmuel? No, I don't. It's possible, but I don't think so. And it's Schmuel's way or the highway. No, I would be happy to talk about that. The but let me save it for another time when I'm not speaking about um, people in particular. But no, I think that people misunderstand stuff. But maybe I do come across as a big brother. What the fuck do I know? Uh, but uh, it is, it is what it is. I also have to be honest that I really don't find calling people homo or fag or black cock stuff. To me, it's low hanging fruit. And so I may be horrible at what I'm doing, but I don't really want to resort to that. So, uh, you know, there we go. Because we keep saying it's jokes, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like jokes. Um, all right. Uh, we lost Pan. Yeah, he's gonna try again. Mel said that Carmen and the others must stop the pro wrestling language, crush this, vanquish that. Um, no one is going to throw hands, he said. Um, I would agree. I would agree with that. I, I the part of it that when I particularly like the Mirror Musk thing, like when I watch it, is it just all feels fake. Skarik is real. He's fun to kind of mess with. Uh, Chow, I think, is real, but I think he's limited by Mir. Um, but again, it's just my opinion, and I think Mir just always goes to the same place, so we don't get any. There's no new insight into that. Um, and I thought Dan was funny because I thought he would probably, if he should maybe take his own advice and then see it. And I had uh, Vagina Wrinkle. I think we need Ashley. I'd sent Ashley the link, but I don't think that she's going to respond. And I've been on for like 2 hours and 24 minutes, and we planned on doing an hour and a half. So I will probably just going to jump off. And I like Ashley. Um, I don't agree with the way she handles things or whatever, but I don't think she's the evil stepmother that people make her out to be. And comments on the self-hating Jew part. It, it's hack, right? It's just another one of those things. Like Mir had nothing, so we go there. It's like calling people gay or whatever. It's all part and parcel of the same thing. You don't got you don't have anything. And the other part of something about money and me talking about it, and I don't think I'd ever brought it up, um, but they certainly went off on it, and it was interesting. So I have thoughts on it, but as we all know, I'm not the quickest person in the world. Um, and there we go. Uh, Mr. Blue Sky, your read on Ashley is way off, respectfully. It may very well be, but that's where we stand today. But it's also like what I did, it's the same thing that I'm with Ray. Um, I look, I just think they're harmless, and I don't think they deserve the level of hate they get. Um, I will be honest and say that I don't think that her doing a show with Keanu helps her at all. But that's that's an entirely different issue. Um, Penis Wrinkle, I can't get enough of that nutty whore. Um, Keanu and English is my third language, Sal. Anyway, guys, it's been a great night. We're still at 25, which is fantastic. Um, thank you very much all for being here, and I'm always amazed every time I stream that there are people watching. So we will be back Saturday night with the backyard stream. I have not asked him yet, but I think I'm gonna have ask Crumb if he'll co-host with me, and then we'll bring on some other people who just want to talk shit for a couple of hours. And oh, Cigarette Jones, thank you so much. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Um, Schmuel sounds like he is 14 to 17 and looks like Mr. Magoo in real life. Unusually blessed. I have no idea what the fuck that is. Um, I think we call that a left-handed compliment. There's the eye thing for you guys because I know you were missing that tonight. Um, Noga, Noga said they were going to get in touch with me last week that they were going to be in Asbury Park, and I never heard from them. So there you go. Good night, guys. It's been a blast. And thank you so much, Cigarette Jones.